just come on and talk some schmack and make sure my audio is okay. I've been having the worst audio issues. I'm having an issue with the fiber connection, so I'm waiting on somebody to come out and look at it for us here. So maybe a day or so, I suspect. Anyway, hope you guys are having a good afternoon. Audio is fine. Thanks, Jim. Trip, can you hear me? You said, are you muted? Trip, we should be talking right now, Trip Jordan. We were not a minute ago. Cool. Gary Holt, absolutely. I'll write you. It's not exactly because we're going to talk retargeting today. I will absolutely, I'll write you a private message on that for you. Thank you, Lance. Okay. A little distorted. Yeah, I'm on phone, but I'll work on that in a second and figure it out, you guys. Cool. Well, I will tell you that we had a lot of fun, you guys. Last week we did a case study call on Friday. Well, it was fun for me at least. And I had you ever get stuff on your plate, but you got to do something else? So I was like, well, dang, I need to do this. So we actually did it live on the call. My initial test was the top row on this chart before you guys got on board. And then live on Friday, we redid what I was doing. This isn't the retargeting part. This is the initial generation of leads. And we redid a bunch of things collectively. There's about 200 or 300 people on the call. And we just went through it and made tweaks. And I got a lot of suggestions and comments and help. And I just got hung up. I didn't get to email you back. But literally, or for the UK people, literally dropped over $1 off every lead from a cost standpoint. And I see so many ways to knock this down, maybe even in half again, just looking at some of the data. But the reality is 111 leads, 100 plus, we'll call it, in a day, a little over a day. And this is part of the strategy. Now, however, all these leads and stuff we're generating, I talked about this at length on Friday. And I even went through some cool case studies that I got from a buddy of mine. One of the easiest things that all of us should be doing that most people don't do, you're getting leads. I don't care if you're getting organic traffic. It's kind of all coming together on your website or your Facebook or your email campaign, whatever it may be, right? All this stuff coming together. And then all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden, you turn on retargeting, remarketing, pick your word, right? And then now you're visible everywhere, so you get that branding effect. And then what's super cool is you start to see leads that are coming in and traffic and conversions at a fraction of, maybe you're doing PPC or maybe you're doing Facebook ads like this is. Doesn't really matter, but at a fraction of the cost. Now, the only thing unfortunate is you won't get, the majority of your leads will probably not be retargeting. It'll be a percentage, but it is like pure gold, glory, right? It's this feeling of just pure happiness, especially if you're charging per lead, by the way, when your cost drops through the roof. But now you're delivering value, you're lowering the cost of the campaign, and it really starts to make sense. Yeah, so Peter Thankster was laughing at my fiber comment, especially when it's not working right, Peter, but he goes, I think we have string here. No doubt. So, all right. Yeah, this is a retargeting call. Somebody said they're recently joined Quantum Chat. You guys, this is a call about retargeting. Has nothing to do with Quantum Chat. And I just want to be direct. The point of today's call is all remarketing and retargeting. So appreciate that. We're glad you guys decided to come. But this call, to be clear, there's Quantum Chat. The next call is later in the week. I believe it's on Friday. So, and we look forward to seeing you guys there, especially the new members and so forth. Today, we're continuing down this route, right? This process of smarter lead generation. And what I did is, you guys know, some of you guys are friends with David Sprague, absolutely great friend of mine. But I asked another friend of mine, actually two friends of mine, that I recently strategized with at a big meeting I went to in Barcelona. And I sat around for hours with these guys. Literally, I had to beat them over the head metaphorically with a stick. I was like, guys, I want in on this for my agency. I want in on this immediately. And the level of professionalism and the level of, more important than professionalism to me, is even results, is just unbelievable. And I got fired up because I don't know if you ever felt like this, and I'm going to bring my friends on, but you ever feel like you kind of can do a lot of things, but your focus gets divided. And then when your focus gets divided, your ability to execute goes, if you were at an 8 and now doing one thing that you're reasonably good at, but now you're doing 4 things, and your ability to execute maybe now is a 3 or a 4, right? Drops like crazy. And honestly, it happens to me all the time, and I know it does happen to some of you. So what I wanted to do, right? So is I have a friend of mine, Joe Troyer, that I'm going to ask to unmute if he's here. He was here a minute ago, but the GoToWebinar is sometimes just crazy. Joe, are you around by chance?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, phenomenal. I always get that little moment in the bottom of my stomach, like dead silence. Guys, Joe Troyer, he has been a friend of mine for roughly a decade, and in some of his team that we're going to talk to and kind of work through some case studies like Friday. Joe, in my mind, is one of the preeminent lead generation guys, results-focused, ROI-focused guys in the space. I don't mean teacher trainers. Yeah, he's great at that, for sure. However, I'm talking about real-world results. And Joe's focused a lot of his career. You guys may know him over the years from analytic call tracking, right? Some of the pay-per lead stuff that he's just had tremendous success with. He's a big believer in quantifying and measuring. And that's what attracted me to what he was sharing and teaching me at a meeting I was at. And he's got this thing that he's been working on, and I'm implementing it already on the campaign from Friday. I've already started to get this together to get the retargeting element into play. But what Joe has got might be the ultimate ego, value, foot in the door. You can call it all the words you want. It's an unbelievable thing that honestly, I don't physically, personally have the bandwidth to handle. And I have the mental capacity, but I don't have the hours in the day to get everything done. And if you don't know him, I think most of you guys probably do, but if you don't know him, you want to whitelist him, you want to listen, because what Joe does is all real world based. Almost everything he does. Sometimes it's in a lab, but almost everything he does is with clients. And the data and the numbers are sick. I get so much value just hanging out and talking through some of it together. And with that, I've asked Joe to take over my business's retargeting. I asked Joe to specifically help me craft a retargeting solution that I could resell. And I asked Joe to do this because, quite honestly, he's the best. And the best, is what I want, because I want to be able to monetize it, and I don't want any egg on my face. And I need the strategies and systems that maybe I don't really know. So with that, I want to introduce Joe, and I'm going to let him take over. And I think his audio is a little better than mine as well, which is a really nice thing. So Joe, thank you for coming on. I know you got some case studies you're going to dig into, and I appreciate it. And Usman and Rob and the team, thank you guys for just being here and helping us.